on my first scouting trip of the year. I'm searching in a new area that we hunted last year on the deer rifle hunt. We saw some deer. Never saw a buck, but it looked like there was someone that shot one. We saw a gut pile when we were up here hiking. So I'm going to, the reason why I'm looking at this area is because it was a burn area. So usually burn areas bring a lot of fresh new growth, and the deer and the elk just love feeding on that stuff. So I'm coming to check things out. I don't know if I'm really going to see a lot of animals, but I'm going to be, because of the time of day, but I'm going to be looking for animal sign, and I'll probably see some stuff, of course, but I'm at the bottom of a canyon, so I'm going to hike up one of the sides and get the spotting scope out and start picking through some of the burn areas and see what's moving around. So I always like to have 3 or 4 places as options to go hunt in case we're seeing a lot of hunter pressure in certain areas more than others, and if there's no animals in certain areas. So you got to hunt the animals where they are. So, but that's today's goal. I think the craziest thing about forest fires is how the fires like jump, because I just walked through a pretty bad burn area and it kind of like clears up and starts again over here. So sometimes you're shocked it doesn't just burn all the way through, which I'm sure it does in sometimes, but just kind of interesting observation. So I'm tired. We got a long ways to go still, so just got to push through it and take small breaks and keep focused. So one thing to keep in mind if you're a hunter and stuff, like, don't rule out areas like this. This is a real steep, rocky area with patches of good grass all around it. Last year we saw deer right up against these cliffs. They just kind of hang out up there, and they can seriously be in some of the craziest terrain. But you always have to just keep your eyes peeled. You never know where you're going to see them. So part of what I wanted to do on this trip was try out some new gear. I posted on my Instagram page the other day that I got the Garmin Inreach Explorer. This is I actually had the old one, or the yellow version of this, which doesn't have the GPS tracking on it, which I don't know why I didn't, or the GPS maps. It has GPS tracking for, people at home, but I don't know why I didn't. Thought I heard something. I don't know why I didn't get the one with the maps the first time. With the way technology has been on phones, I was thinking to myself, well, now they have GPSs on phones, why would I need one on a device like this? I could just have this for communicating with family at home. But it turns out that it's probably a good idea to have a backup just in case your phone fails, because you could drop it and the phone just stops working. These GPS devices they're like shockproof, waterproof. You can do all sorts of stuff with them and they'll still work. So I ended up selling the old one and got this one, and I think they're super cool. Like, I have no problem coming up here now. If I'm going by myself, I just turn on the tracking mode so my wife can see where I'm at if she's not with me, and it gives me a lot of peace of mind, and she knows exactly where I'm at. I have it set on every 15 to 20 minutes. I think it's 20 minutes that it notifies her where I'm at, where my location is. So and if I ever get in trouble or I hurt myself or whatever, worst case scenario, I can hit the SOS button and emergency services can come haul my ass off the mountain if I get a blister or something like that. So no, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that. That'd be a very expensive bill. But yeah, so, and then I'm also trying out some new boots. These are it. It's the Crispi Briksdal Stiff Flex. So they've been pretty good. They're not as stiff as I was hoping for like a good mountain boot, but they're actually very comfortable. And I feel like I can cover a lot of ground on them real quick. They're not as stiff as I would like again, but I think it's a good happy medium. But overall, I've been pretty happy with them so far. It's another reason why I like coming out to scout, is you get to try out some new gear, some new equipment, and see how everything's working. This is a beautiful time of year. I love like the late spring, early summer times. Everything's so green. It's actually promising because all the rivers are running. There's been a lot of little streams running into this bigger one that's down to my right here. So it's good that there's been some decent water. We'll see how long it'll last. Now I'm gonna head over and start side hilling it along the steep stuff so I can view this, start glassing out over on this opposite hillside, just to see if there's anything moving around. So it's always easier going downhill, so I'm starting to head back down towards my car, and we'll be done, but I gotta stop and do some glassing and eat some lunch. I'm starving. All right, so I'm sitting here on this hillside. It's a pretty steep hill. I don't know if you can really tell from the video, but it's a pretty good vantage point, as good as it's gonna get, I think, just for looking at the opposite hillside here to see if there's any animals running around. It's kind of a weird time of day, so I don't think I'll see much, but I could definitely see how the animals would use that, though. Even in all this crap, all this dead, all this burnt stuff, it's crazy to see all the hoof marks in here, so you know it's being used with as steep and nasty as it is, and it's pretty crazy. These animals will go anywhere. So right now I'm just sitting down for some lunch. I got my what the hell is that thing? The MSR Reactor. Sorry, just got it. So that thing is amazing. It boils water quick, and it's been pretty decently windy while I'm sitting here, and it totally hides the wind. So I just got my food sitting in here. So letting it. I did my own dehydrated meals, so I'm trying to do that and save some money and make something I actually like. So also just have my tripod set up with my binoculars, so I've been looking around, not seeing anything right now, but I'll hang out here for a little while longer and start heading down. But it's a beautiful country up here. So this dehydrated meal I made is it's just like bow tie noodles with like carved up carrots and like squash of some sort. I don't know, I can't remember. I was just kind of throwing stuff in it. Put a bunch of water in here, boiled the water, and I threw a bouillon cube in here. It kind of works. Probably should have brought 2 bouillon cubes. They're just loaded with freaking sodium, so I didn't want to do too much, but not a ton of flavor, but it's not bad. I made it myself, so I think that's pretty cool. I'll do it again. I'll experiment with different kind of like sauces. I know you can get little cheese packets that you like put in macaroni and stuff, and put them in here and have like macaroni and cheese. That's like my favorite because I'm 12 years old still, but yeah, it's not bad. It's probably better than some of the Mountain House stuff. I just never feel good after I have that stuff. This would probably be a better option. We made one at home, and we used it's kind of like the liquid bouillon stuff, but it's not bouillon. I can't remember what it's called. And I put like a spoonful of that in this stuff, and it was amazing. I thought it was really good. It tasted just like chicken noodle soup. But a little bouillon cube is not. Maybe need to bring more of them next time for this. There's just not as much flavor as I thought there would be with one smaller cube. But overall, I think I'm going to keep experimenting with it, and I'll post some videos with what I like and things like that. Oh, and I guess I put some chicken in here, and I found some. Hopefully it's not going to kill me or something like that. These are what I use for my dehydrated meals. On Amazon, they have a pack of like 50 of these little black reusable bags. You can just reseal them. They got a like little Ziploc thing on there.
dumped a bunch of noodles in there with whatever you want, and you just dump them out. Dump out all the juice. When you're done, you can reseal them, take them home, wash them, and keep using them. So, but they're pretty inexpensive. I think it was, again, they were just on Amazon. If you just look up dehydrated food bags, reusable ones, you'll find these black ones on there. So I just dumped out everything all the juice that I wasn't eating. I'll just throw it back in my food bag and wash it out when I get home and reuse it. So, but pretty cool. I think this was they're pretty awesome to have and do a lot of stuff with them.
All right, so what did I learn on this trip? I learned that going up one of these canyons is not the thing to do, that's for sure. During one of the hunts, it's just so thick and nasty. Too much deadfall. There are some good vantage points where you can glass, though. I think I was out here during the wrong time of day and just didn't really see much. Other than that, I don't know, it was pretty uneventful. Didn't see any animals, at least not yet. I'm not out of here yet, but I'm on my way down. So I don't know. It's just good to get out, I guess, get some good exercise. This Garmin Inreach device works great. I've had it on the whole time tracking me since I left the trailhead, so when I get to the bottom, I'll see what the battery life looks like. After having it on the whole time, sending some text messages to my wife. These boots have been good. I think it's just gonna take some time to get my feet used to them more than anything. But they fit well as I wear them. They get more comfortable as I put them on, tighten them up real good, and then they kind of loosen up quite a bit after I start hiking. So overall, I'm pretty happy with them. I don't think my wife would be very happy if I kept trying to find some that I like. I mean, I like these, and I think they're going to work out just fine. They're better than what I had before because they were just getting old, but I still think there's probably a better option for my feet when I'm looking for like a good stiff mount. Well, I'm almost back to the truck. Got a little over 2 months, a little under. I don't know. It depends when I go out for archery elk. Starts in August, so this isn't an elk area again that I was considering, even though there probably is elk in here, of course. But we're gonna go someplace else for that. I just wanted to come see what vantage points I could get. And one thing to keep in mind too, when you're out scouting, when the fall comes, all the leaves are off the tree for the most part, so it's a lot easier to see through a lot of this thick stuff. And especially if you get some snow as well, that'll definitely be a game changer with being able to spot animals in this nasty stuff. So all good things. It's always good to get out. Glad I did. So when I get back to the truck, we'll see how far I walked today. I'm not sure. I haven't been checking the distance on my GPS to see how far I've gone. So all right, back of the truck. I actually went further than I thought I did. It took me 4 hours and 36 minutes to go 7.5 miles. Obviously I stopped and sat for probably about 45 minutes glassing stuff, but it's pretty crazy. Average speed, moving average was 2.6 miles per hour, so I don't know, it's pretty good, I guess. But it's a fun trip. I'm feeling good. My feet are a little sore. It's my first long trip of the year, especially with a pack on. Whenever I go hiking, I try to bring the pack with me with some weight in it, so it's totally not foreign to me come hunting season. So, but it was a good time. Good day just to think about things and just kind of be myself and to my own thoughts. It's always fun being out in the wild and just getting away from everything for a little bit. But now I'm gonna head back down to reality. So thanks for following.